Hey guys, this is Merlin, and in today's video, we'll be talking about the absorption of water by the soil. Well, the topics here are taken from the NCERT textbook, which is the fundamental textbook of class 7th, and this is a topic of chapter 9, which is soil. Yes, I am an intern at Intellify.in. You can feel free to visit the website and ask and post your queries or questions about the upcoming lectures or this lecture or any of the previous lectures. Before I start this video, it is highly recommended for you guys to watch the previous videos and only then proceed with this video. So coming to the topic, let's get right into it. So yes, formation of soil, and what is the basic term here, which is soil. Well, soil can be considered as a very essential resource which helps the plants to grow, and of course we know the usefulness of the plants, which I will not be talking, and I've discussed about this in the previous videos. Hopefully you guys have gone through it. Whereas yes, the formation of soil is done by the process called as weathering. Here, due to the environmental conditions, the soil the rocks were broken down into smaller pieces, and eventually a thin layer of soil is formed. This process can last for several thousands of years, which will hardly result in a very thin layer of soil. Thus, it is a very long process. Coming to the next type, which is those various types of soil, which is majorly characterized into three types, which is the sandy, clay, and the loamy part of the soil. I have discussed about them more detail in the previous videos. Please do refer them. Okay, coming back to the main highlight of today's video, which is known as the absorption of water by soil. Yes, absorption of water refers to the water which is retained by the soil, which is stored by the soil, that is referred to as the absorption of water by the soil. A common experimental procedure for this is take a funnel and fold a filter paper in the form of a cone. Add measured amount of soil, I repeat measured amount, say 50 or 100 grams, preferably something which the filter paper can hold, and add water dropwise using a dropper. Eventually you can find water being accumulated in the bottom beaker, that is the water which is being percolated. I've discussed about this video, that is the percolation of water, in the previous slides. Do refer it. So the common question asked over here, and the most important question asked over here, is which of the three soil types will drain the water faster, will absorb the water faster. Here we find that the sandy soil, which contains larger particles, have a lot of air gaps between them, so the water can percolate easily. That is, the water molecules will flow through this soil easily. Whereas the clay soils are made of thinner particles, so there are less air gaps, and due to this less number of air gaps present, the water molecules is the movement of water molecules is hindered. Therefore, water is retained properly in this clay form of soil. Once again, coming to the intermediate, the loamy soil, which has an intermediate sized particles, the flow rate of water is in the intermediate stages. Yes, so this was the basic experiment. Now coming to the formula, how do we calculate this? As I told you, we consider the volume of the water which is being added, that is the initial volume which is being added to the soil mixture using the dropper. Okay, after that the final volume which is being collected in the beaker, which is at the bottom of the funnel. So the volume which is being added is called as the U, whereas the water which is being collected is referred to as V. Okay. Therefore, common sense dictates that water, assuming no water is being lost through evaporation or frictional or any other forms, we can obviously conclude that the water which is being absorbed by the soil is equal to the water which is being added minus the water which is being collected. So therefore that is the water which is absorbed by the soil. Similarly, the weight of water which is being absorbed by the soil comes to the same logic, that is the water which is being added minus the water which is the weight of the water which is being collected at the beaker. So what is the general formula for the percentage of water which is being absorbed? Well, here we find that the percentage of water which is being absorbed is equal to the volume of water which is being absorbed by the soil divided by the weight of the soil into the 100 factor. So here this is the most important formula, and it is important to note that the units are in milliliters and grams respectively. Yes, that's pretty much it about this slide. Hope you understood the concepts pretty well, and if you're having any doubts, feel free to visit the website of Intellify.in. Well, this is Meldon signing off. Take care, guys.